Hey, welcome back to Ghost Digital Media. My name is Christian Sarna. I'm the head videographer here, and today we're going to talk about what it takes to make videos. I've been doing this since high school, into college, went to school for it, so man, I've probably been doing it for close to 6-7 years now. And the things I have learned and the things I wish I would have known when I was starting out, hopefully I can kind of pass this knowledge on to somebody out there. As simple as having a lighting setup like this compared to this. So I'm not going to go into any really advanced things yet. Today I just want to talk about one of the most important parts of a video, and that is the story. People constantly talk about, what camera are you using, what's editing software. I know everybody's switching from this one to that one all the time. And really what it comes down to having a good video is what the story of the video is. And this is one of those things that I really wish I would have known. So when it comes to making a good video, I don't really have a definition for what a good video is or should be, but it really comes down to what the story of the video is. Let's just say it's a vlogger and they're going out and doing their day. I grew up with, Casey Neistat. He was huge on YouTube when I was coming up, so I learned a lot from him. He did a whole episode on what his story is and how it can just take the video, how it's supposed to go. And for me, the video part of this, it's just fun. It's fun to have the cameras and learn all about them, the editing software, who's using what, who's doing this, who's doing that. But when it comes down to it, the best part of a video is just the story. Telling a story does not mean you have to have the best and greatest equipment. I started on a point and shoot Nikon. That's what I used for photography and video when I started. I didn't have lights, I had no knowledge of any of this. But I was able to tell a story. I think the first videos I really started to shoot were stop motion, Lego videos on my Rumor Touch. It was a phone, and you just paused and pressed play and you kept moving it. They were terrible, but I was a little kid and I was telling a story through this. As I get into high school and carried on my career, I really learned how to tell a story with better equipment, using dramatic lighting and all that stuff. Now, that'll come later. But story, top tier, number one. Equipment, number two. Now, step 3 is editing. Editing a video is super important when it comes to how you want to tell the story. You may have shot it a certain way and expect it to come out a certain way. When you're editing it, you can completely turn it into a different story based on how you're editing it, where you're cutting, or even just the color, how you are, manipulating color in the video itself. That can come off as a certain tone, maybe a location, and it's really neat. That is the best part about editing, is it kind of becomes unlimited how you want to tell the story and put it together. So those are the main 3 things. It's story, equipment, and editing. Now, a little tip is don't get hung up on putting your video out there. That was a huge thing when I was starting, is I would make these, what I thought were good videos at the time. And I was a beginner. But I didn't want to show the world, what I was doing. I felt like I was going to be judged, and I didn't want to put my work out there. You've got to learn to take critique and, learn from it. If you're not willing to do that, you will not grow, and you'll end up with terrible lighting compared to, what you might be able to do now. So those are my 3 tips on becoming a filmmaker. I will be doing, more videos on a little bit more in depth, maybe on equipment or telling a story or even editing at the end. So today, that's it. Have a good one.